What's happening, guys? Welcome to the stream. Sorry we're a little bit late today. I got all kinds of things going on this week, but I wanted to make sure that I got here, and we turned up that Lotus pod today. So again, welcome to the stream. I hope you guys are all doing good. So let me switch camera views. If you're not familiar with the Lotus pod, this isn't necessarily the greatest view of it, maybe, but let's see if I can kind of get it a little bit closer to a good view. Kind of drop it down a little bit. Try and kind of zoom in. It's kind of hard to see, but we made this. So Soot's Crafting sent this Lotus pod in, and I kind of filled it with some turquoise, like real turquoise stuff, and some glow powder. And so what I was thinking for this one is that I wanted to just make, I know it doesn't sound super thrilling, but I wanted to make a paperweight, just kind of dome it over and kind of go simple on this one, and just kind of see how this turned out. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to kind of hopefully get this done fairly quickly today. Although if you guys watch my live streams, you know that I take a while to turn things up. But anyway, on Monday, let's see, what day is this? Wednesday. On Monday, we turned the Myoporum pen. And man, this thing turned out pretty wicked. If you didn't see that stream, it's really hard to get a good shot of this without lots of, well, these cameras suck. Let me go over to the other camera real quick. I can get a better view of it, just in case anybody missed this one. It glows in the dark, guys. It glows in the dark. It's shiny. It's got color shift going on. It's got some burl, not burl, but that Myoporum stuff. Man, very happy with it. It's a fountain pen. Not too shabby. So go and check out that replay if you want to check it out and see everything happening. And I got a link. I got the Myoporum blanks up finally. I'm just going to link to my short runs page because I also got a couple of graffiti blocks up there. So I thought I'd just kind of link to that. You can see what I have in stock if you want to pick up some blanks. So let's see. Is there anything else going on? I'm trying to think. I don't know. I have been super busy this week. This week has been the week of like, I'm getting a lot done, but like I'm not getting anywhere kind of thing is what it feels like. A lot of things piling up. Eventually, like I've been kind of cruising along. I've been getting a lot of stuff done, and like everything's kind of coming to a head where I'm starting to freak out, and it's getting a little bit stressful. So hopefully by the weekend I'll be caught up on things again. But let's stop and see who's in the chat here. So we got Jen, Doug, Dominic, Kim, Julie's here, Christina's here, nice, Brad. Ricky's here, sweet. Billy's here, Russell, man, lots of people. Anna's here, nice. And CJ's Hobbies, Mark Stevens, what's up? Brent, nice. Anyway, so let's head over to the lathe. We'll start turning this up. Like I said, it's going to be fairly no frills, kind of just dome it over on the one side and just kind of see how this thing turns out. I didn't know what else to do with it. I guess maybe you could make like, I don't know, maybe you can make a lidded box kind of thing, or, you know, maybe a bottle stopper or something like that. But I thought, you know, I've made a lot of bottle stoppers. I just want to make something that you can just set on the desk, basically, and kind of go simple with everything. So let's switch to the casting view. I gotta fire up my phone. It got hot here the last few days. And so the shop is not super hot yet, but I can already tell it's hot right now. It's getting hotter. So I'm not really looking forward to that. I used to really love summer. I don't love summer anymore so much because most of the time I'm just in heat, you know, in the heat in the shop, and our apartment's kind of hot because we have big windows facing south, and it's hard to keep it cool. So I'm like, give me winter. I want to go snowboarding. So, all right, so we got it set up. If you remember, I had to kind of wedge that thing. It was starting to float, so I wedged it with these popsicle sticks. Now, one thing, I kind of sealed lots of parts of this Lotus pod with, I think it was the Solar Res UV, Cure resin stuff. And I don't think that I cured it properly, and so it's been kind of like leaking, and there's like stuff dripping. I don't know what the deal is exactly with that. Probably wasn't the smartest idea. What I should have done was like put it outside and let it sit in the sunlight. I think that would have helped. What am I doing here? So let's see here. Let's get our tool rest lined up. I'm going to put the tail stock up as well. We're going to pull out the number 1 hollower to start out. Let's see. Let's flip that way. Get that like that. Let's see. What's the camera looking like? It's still doing okay. Try and get this kind of centered as best I can. Let's see. Mike McEwen, what's up, man? Well, so like I like the heat as long as I'm like on vacation, you know, like going to the beach, you know, just lounging around doing nothing. I don't like being hot in the shop. That's not fun at all. So actually, before I start, I could turn that off, but I'm just gonna cut it off. That thing flipping around, there's just really no need for it to be flipping around at me. So let's just start with that. And so big thanks to Curtis, Soot's Crafting, for sending in the Lotus pod for me to play with and try out. We're low. Okay, here we go now. Get this thing rolling here. So I'm gonna put, let's see here, let me stop it. I'm gonna try and get the dust collector in here a little bit. You just kind of put that, I think we're gonna bring it up and tilt it down, sort of. Or tilt it straight, let's say. There we go. And actually, yeah, so I got totally sidetracked doing something today, and I was on a phone call that was important. That's why I was a little bit late today getting everything going. But we're rolling now. All right. Now that I got things where I want them, let's start turning. I'm going to turn my little fan on. It should help kind of blow the dust away from me a little bit more. Look at that. Looks like a charm. Whoa. So I got to come in pretty far because of those popsicle sticks. So we're going to have a little bit of work getting rid of those things first. But should be good, should be good. Hey, Josh is here. What's up, man? Organizing your shop, nice. It's always good to do. How's it going, Steve? What's happening? Yak's here. What's up? And Emily? Ozzy? Man, lots of people joining the fun, checking out the Lotus pod. Inventorying pen kits. Nice. Yeah. I don't usually do that. Kind of missing all the shavings with my dust collector. Let's see if we can get that thing kind of aimed in the right spot so it actually grabs some of these things. I don't know if it's possible or not. Try and get it over here a little bit more. Got a little less cleanup to do, maybe. I don't know. Not sure if that's going to fix it or not. A little bit. Still got a little bit going here. Spin gems, nice. I can't wait to see what you make. Are you going to be making pen blanks, or you got some other ideas for them? Yeah. Looks a bit off. What looks a bit off? The thing spinning around in there? I'm not sure what you guys are talking about. Oh, is camera 2 on? Oh, I see what you're talking about. Oh, wrong camera. We didn't even want the drunk camera. That dude was passed out. That cameraman is fired. He's just laying down on the job. That's the under the casting desk shot. It's very rare to get that camera angle, guys. You've witnessed something it only happens every once in a while. So I'm focusing a lot of my effort at the bottom because I don't need a lot of material at the top here. I'm just going to kind of round this thing over. So I'm just trying to get this wood mostly out of there, and then we'll just kind of come in and, you know, just put a little bit of a dome on the front of this thing, and should be good to go. But coming in on the side, let's see, I'm going to get you guys over here real quick. Bring the camera over so you can kind of see the edge of this thing, see what we're working with. So there might be a couple little pits and things going on. We might need to fill it a little bit, but I don't plan to go too far into this material, the Lotus pot itself. So, but another thing, I also do want to kind of come up and cut this, part it off a little bit higher than the base down here, because like I said, let's see if we can get a shot of this. There's like glue, like resin leaking out of it. Uncured. See this? Oh, that one's hardened up now, but it's had stuff leaking out. And I think it's that UV resin. I don't know. So I want to try and kind of cut some of that off if I can. I didn't do a good job curing it fully. But we've almost gotten that stick out, so we're doing pretty good so far, I think. Ooh, bottle stoppers with the spin gems. That's cool. Nice. Shaving brushes. Nice. Yeah, I think those are going to make some really cool, like, shave brushes. I think it'd be cool. It would be a little bit on the expensive side, but I think it'd be cool to just make a full-on bowl blank out of one of those, or out of some of them. Okay, let's keep on keeping on. All right, let's see where we're at. Oh, so close. So close. I think that ought to do it right there. Oh, almost. A little bit more. Whoa, almost lost my phone. Midnight Joker, welcome to the stream. Oh yeah, I definitely needed more time under the UV lights. I put it on there pretty thick, and I just kind of quickly hit it with the UV light. Let me look at this thing. I want to make sure that I got it taken out. Oh man, there's still a tiny little stripe, tiny little line in there. I know, that's my arm. I need to get a little phone holder. I'm gonna put it on the bedways. That way it's not getting covered with shavings every second. Okay, how'd we do? We got it pretty much taken care of. So we got the depth we need. Let's just keep going with this thing. Yeah, I think this thing's gonna be pretty cool. I don't know. Alright, so we're above the Lotus pod part. So I'm gonna start kind of coming in here, I think. Right about here. We're just launching shavings, guys. Look at that. Launching shavings. That's kind of messy, but it's fun, you know. Hey, what's up, Chris? Eric's here. What's up, man? Rated R. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, the red in this thing is definitely going to pop out, I think, a little bit more once we get, especially once we get it finished, you know, polished up. All right, let's stop and take a peek. Sorry if that was loud. Apologize for that. So I think, let me get you guys on the side here, kind of show you what's happening. We got things messed, hold on a minute. Hold on, hold everything. Here we go. So I think I'm just going to start, I think I'm actually going to start bringing the curve in a little bit even lower. It doesn't need to be that big. I think this is the highest end of it. So I can start kind of bringing that, you know, that curve in probably like, you know, right about in this area. That's the high end. It's pretty cool. You get a little bit of turquoise, and there's also some glow powder in there. So there's a lot of stuff going on with this piece that I think is gonna, like, you know, like you were saying, like kind of pop out a little bit more once we actually kind of get things going. Once you can kind of see it better. I'll try and get my dust collector in a little close. I don't want to hit the chuck with it, but hopefully we can get a little bit better coverage here. Like that. I think that's good. Another thing that I think I'm going to do also is actually kind of taper this, have the base be a little bit wider. So let me do a little bit of work along the edge of this thing. Just a slight taper, nothing crazy. I just think it'll look a little bit better rather than being straight up and down. There we go. You gotta have a good base. It's gonna be sitting on papers, you know? We don't want it to wobble and fall over while it's trying to hold our papers. That would be a terrible paperweight. Yep, definitely a paperweight. Pressure pot is on back order. Oh no. Which one did you go with? All right. I don't think I missed anything yet. All right, so I'm digging. A little bit of a bump right the bottom of that thing. There we go. Digging the outside now for sure. Just kind of clean that up a little bit. So now I'm just going to kind of try and come in here. I may end up just having to kind of part this thing off, finish it up without the tailstock. That might be the easiest way. All right, pull out my thin parting tool, see what we can do here. I'm gonna put a face mask on for this step, just in case. Just in case, you know? It's always better to be safe than sorry. I don't even know where my face mask went. Where is it? Don't tell anyone, I wasn't wearing it before. That'll be our secret. All right. I'm just going to saw the rest of this thing off. I think I should be able to do that. I could have parted it, but whatever. Just as easy to saw it off. There we go. Now we can get this little domed part finished. Like I said, nothing, no frills on this one today. Gonna be kind of quick. I think I'm gonna move the camera to the other side. So give me a second to, while I move this thing over here. Get over here, you guys. I just bought the Mortal Kombat, the new game, Mortal Kombat 11. You guys remember that? Scorpion? It's a fun game. Oh, sorry about that. All right, now I'm going to do a little bit of moving around here with this dust collector. Angle that down. Keep it kind of close, but I'm not going to worry if I catch every ounce of dust. Rather make sure that you guys can see what's going on. There we go. That ought to be good, I think. Have you played the Mortal Kombat 11? They got like a training mode where you can just do the finish him moves. Oh man, those are so fun. It shows you how to do it and you can just practice. Yeah, I could make a coaster, I suppose. Yeah, coaster for a shot glass. Wood shop from New Jersey, what's up? California tools, nice. Cool. Hugh, thanks for the super chat, buddy. I appreciate it. Awesome. All right, let's do a little bit of turning. What do you think? What do you say? You know, it would be kind of cool. I don't know how the best way would be to do this, but have you guys ever seen those things that hold papers up? You just put like a slit across it. Probably be better if it was like a curved thing. I don't know how those things look, but we'll just go for paperweight on this one. I might do a little research. You know what I'm talking about, where it sits up, it has a little slit, and you can put papers kind of in the slot, and they kind of hold them up. You ever seen one of those things? It's kind of cool. Useful. You know what I should make is a phone holder out of this thing. That's what I need. Alright, let's do a little bit more. Let's get this thing a little bit tidied up. Alright, well I can sit here and mess with it all day, but it's just going to be a paperweight, so let's give it a stop here. Let's see here, let me move this thing out of the way. I don't know if there's a whole lot to look at yet on this. Can't really see inside yet, but it's a pretty, you know, no frills shape or anything like that. There's nothing going on, but it's looking good. So let's start doing a little bit of sanding. Probably could have got some more. I could maybe do a little bit more and try and get some more of those tool marks out. Let's just see what happens, how bad it is when I start sanding. I'm going to start out with a little 180 grit, I think. I might reverse it, and then it'll just launch it straight into my dust collector. Look at that. It's working for me. All right, so a quick way to see, you know, it might be a good idea to come back with the tool and just kind of try and take some of these bigger tool marks out. So you can kind of just sand it real quick and see, you know, what is the surface looking like. All those little stripes are kind of tool mark dings. So I'm going to bring my tool back, tool rest. Put it back on forward. I'm going to try to kind of clean up the outside here. sometimes I end up making things worse, so that is a possibility. A couple marks down at kind of the base area I think I can get out. And we got the front here. Let's see where we're at now. Let me stop and see what is happening in the chat. Yeah, polishing in the slot would be horrible. Good call. Oh man, yeah, business card holder, that'd be cool. Definitely. Don't ruin it. I know, I would probably ruin it. Oh yeah, a hole in the center would be kind of cool. I like that too. Oh, a mushroom nightlight, that's kind of cool, yeah. Sorry guys, there were so many comments that I missed. Alright, yeah, hopefully your hand's getting better. Just stuff in my face. Nice. Nice. Put it back on reverse. I still didn't take out these two marks down at the base, but I think the 180 grit will hopefully do it for me. That, I think, is going to need a tool, though. Well, I think I had it going in reverse. Whoops. That's not a good idea. It worked though, somehow. Should have been working on this side. You can even use the bottom of your negative rate cutters. They work fine. So it could be a little bit more domed, I guess. It's kind of a little bit flat on the top. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I think I actually want to change that a little bit. I want this to be a little bit more of a curve. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm going to put it on forward now. Put it back to forward. So I'm just going to kind of knock down this kind of edge. Just, I'm not really digging this. That's a little bit more domey. What do you guys think of that? Sometimes you just gotta switch gears in the middle. Say, you know what? That doesn't look good. That looks terrible. All right, I think we're back on track now. Slow this guy down. I'm gonna get me a new piece of 180 grit and we're gonna do this the right way here. We're gonna do it right, guys. Yeah, it was tall and it was just kind of flat on the top. It was just like, I don't know what I was thinking. I was like, that's good, close enough. No. And I actually really looked at it. Not close enough. Not even. Back on track though. We are back in action. All right, I think that's pretty good. We gotta still have a couple of kind of tool mark things down at the bottom here. I want to get out before we move on, and then we'll start. I'm just gonna go into wet sanding from here all the way up. Let's see here. So I think I'm just gonna leave it. I think we can polish most of this without doing a CA finish. Technically, it would be not a bad idea to seal some of these little pits that are on the side, but we'll just say that, you know, we'll point it out as a benefit. Feel the texture on the side. But Curtis stabilized the Lotus pod, so we don't have to worry about using the water. Okay, let's get turn this thing off, get it out of the way. We'll get the wet sanding equipment ready. Where's my, I guess that's it. Man, my allergies been killing me lately. The pine trees the pollen's flying off those things now. The truck is yellow every time I go out. I'm not digging that. Sham wow. All right, let me stop here. Toby, what's up, man? You got to get back to me and let me know when we're doing the podcast. Positive rake. Yes. Putting the shavings back on. Yeah, that's for when you screw up. Yeah, I love the Laguna tool rest. It's a good one. I wish it would put it back on when you make you screw up a cut. Put it in reverse, it'll go back on. That'd be nice. Almost missed the Lotus pod. Oh man, I'm glad you joined. Work call. Ugh. No. In a couple of weeks? Nice. Cool. Okay, so had to catch up on the chat, see what you guys were talking about. We get our bucket o stuff out here. I'm gonna get some gloves on. I like putting gloves on when I'm doing wet sanding. It's just my hands end up getting kind of dried out otherwise. So I'm just gonna put some gloves on. We're gonna do this. So I'm gonna start at 180 again. I know that's what we were using before, but I'm just gonna give it a couple seconds with the 180 wet, and then go from there and go move on up the grits. Hey, thanks. Nice. Thanks, Danner. I appreciate it. "24 hours, bubbles stopped, but it's still..." Yeah, I've had that before too. Where, I mean, it's definitely saturated with cactus juice, but for some reason it still floats. I don't know what exactly causes that. A lot of times, like the super dense burls can be like that. I don't know. Just gonna give it a couple of seconds hand sanding real quick. And we'll move up to 220, I think is the next one I have. This is just wet dry sandpaper. You could use Abranet, that'll work also. I don't know. It feels like the wet dry sandpaper kind of just works a little better, and it seems like it lasts a little bit longer. I don't know for sure, but I've been digging it so far. So just to kind of let you know about that. So 180. Either way though, you're good to go. As long as it's a... The only thing I would really recommend is make sure that you're using a decent, sandpaper. You're not doing yourself any favors by using cheap sandpaper. What ends up happening is the abrasive can come off, the glue that's holding it on can kind of come off, and it may end up costing you more using the cheap stuff. Just get a reputable brand. It'll probably take you less time to sand with it too. So. Yeah, you don't have to be sorry that you're late. I'm glad you can make it. No biggie. We're here for you when you're ready, like Jen said. And if you can't make it live, there's always the replay if you want to watch it back. I always tell people I think it's probably best to watch the replay on like 2 times speed. Zoom through my stories and get to the good stuff, the meat and potatoes. But it is kind of tough. You don't want to miss anything, because I can toss a good nugget of information out in the middle of a little story, and man, if you miss it, then maybe 1.5 speed. All right, I'm going to call that probably pretty good. I'm going to wipe it off, take a peek at it, see what the scratch pattern's looking like. I think I'm going to do a little bit of hand. Actually, I'm going to stop it, do a little bit by hand here. Where did that piece go? 220. All right. Let's wipe this guy off here. It's starting to come around here. We're starting to be able to sort of see in there. Midnight already in UK. Well, thanks for stopping by, Hugh, and thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it. 2 times speed is bad for your channel watch minutes. Yeah, I don't really care about watch time that much. Not enough right now. I'm not that serious about it. As long as they're watching, that's all that I care about. You can watch on 1.5, 2 regular, reverse, I don't really care. Let's see here. I don't know. Where's the 400 piece? I'm gonna go get another piece that I found 600. This is probably the 400, but it doesn't say. Yeah, I'm gonna get a new one. I want to make sure that I'm doing the right thing here. So, I got a piece of 400 right here, brand spanking new, and I know it's 400. All right. Let's keep it going. Keep it going here. I'm anxious to see what this thing's going to look like. And I've been trying to get a video done, a regular video done. Like I said, I keep like making progress on things, but other things I'm making no progress. So I'm hoping to maybe get it up by this weekend, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it all done. It's kind of hard, doing more live streams. I mean, they're a lot easier to get a live stream done, obviously, than videos sometimes. But it also, I'm doing live streams 2 more a week, and that, kind of goes into the video making time too. So there's just not enough time in the day, guys. We really need to make the week like, a 9-day week, I think. Then I might be able to get everything done. All right, let's do a little bit of hand sanding. You can watch on reverse? I don't know about that. I was just kidding. If you watch my videos in reverse, you learn all the big, deep secrets of resin casting. Actually, if you watch it in reverse, it looks like I know what I'm doing on the lathe. There you go. Okay, 400. Now we'll move up to 600. I'm going to look at this thing real quick. Dry it off. It's not a bad idea to always dry off, or not dry it off, but just wipe off in between grits so that if there's any little grit nodules, 400 grit pieces sitting on there, that you get them off of there. And so otherwise you could be technically sanding 400 scratches in with your 600 grit paper. You don't want that. You don't want that. I was going to look at this thing. What is this thing looking like? Ah, it's looking pretty cool. I think this is going to be a good one. I like this. And you know what, actually, I need a paperweight. I didn't even think about this, but so now that it's you know, getting kind of hot in our apartment, like I was saying, we have big windows that face south, and the place just, it's on the second story above a garage that's not cooled, so our apartment's hot. So the little air conditioner runs all the time, and it's like right next to where I do shipping, you know, getting packages ready for blank orders. And the stupid air conditioner blows my paper off, like the packing slips and everything. It just blows it off the table. So I actually need this thing. I didn't even think about it. I'm going to use this every day. Well, shipping days. I don't ship every day. Chicken a la king, nice. Dinner is 8. I like it. I don't know what we're doing. Wednesdays we go out to dinner. I'm not sure what we're doing. It's kind of tough. So Gretchen, my wife, she's a really good cook. And so there's a lot of things that I won't even order out because she cooks way better at home. Usually kind of, my philosophy is if it's a really difficult thing that's going to like take forever to cook at home, that's what I like to get out. Or if it's something that's going to require me, so she cooks and I do the dishes. If it's going to require me to do a ton of dishes, then it's totally not worth my time, and we'll just eat that out. Yeah, this thing's looking pretty cool, I think. I like this thing. Just the edge alone is looking pretty cool with the water here. Looks like coral. I'll try and get you guys another shot of the kind of the side view of this. It's kind of cool. Let's move the camera over. Another one is like steaks. It's very difficult for me to pay for a steak out because we can cook them way better ourselves and they're way cheaper. I'm having some trouble getting this camera aligned. The legs are too long. There we go. It's kind of cool looking. I'm digging this thing. This is a cool blank. Lotus pod. Where do you get lotus pods? I've never even heard of that. Do they like grow around here? Sounds like an Asian plant. Is it like from Asia? You have to know somebody to get them? My dinner is in the dog. Oh no. Why the preference of paper? I just started doing it and I like it. You can use mesh. I mean, I've used Abernet forever, and I still use it for a lot of things. But I don't know. It's tough. It feels like I'm getting better results. I don't know if that's the truth or not, if that's the case, but it feels like I'm getting good results. So I've been kind of keep on going with it. I was just experimenting. And I kind of like it. I do think that the silicon carbide seems to maybe last a little bit longer. It just doesn't, I don't know. It's made for this specific task, so it just kind of seems like a good idea. I would say that silicon carbide paper is going to be cheaper than Abernet. also. So in the long run, that's not a that's a good reason to maybe do it, to use that instead. I don't know. It's another option. I don't think it's necessarily better or worse or something else to try, and I've been enjoying it. So sometimes you just kind of go with what feels right. The other thing is it's a little bit more similar to these pads, you know, like the polishing papers, kind of similar kind of idea, grit. I think that you got more grit particles on silicon carbide probably than the mesh. So for plastic, you know, resin plastics and stuff like that, it might work better. Again, I don't know though. The real, I would say the key, the real thing, the thing that you need to do is sand diligently. I don't think it really matters what you use. You just have to give it enough time. I would, you know, slow speeds, wet sanding, and you'll get good results on your resin blanks. So this is the 3M Zona brand polishing paper. It's about a 750 grit or so. This should probably be good enough. I'm just going to do a little bit by hand here. We'll move up to the gray Zona paper. That's about 1150 grit or so. They grow locally too. Nice. That's cool. Yeah, well, I don't know about window tint. It's not our place, our house. So I don't know. We'd have to run it by the owner first. Oh yeah. The roles have reversed. I don't really like cooking, you know. Gretchen actually, she likes cooking and she's really good at it. So I'm kind of if I can make it in like, you know, 15 minutes, I'll make it. It's gonna be no frills every time. Simple stuff. So she's probably like, no, don't worry, I'll do the cooking. I don't want to eat your boring dinners. And I'm pretty good at the dishes, so we make a good team. All right, and the last one that I'm going to use here is the blue. Let's give it a couple of minutes here with the blue. I don't know what grit it is, like 2000 maybe, something like that. Art's here, what's up? Josh, I don't know what the price difference was. I bought Mirka brand, which is kind of a premium. You know, it's going to cost the most for silicon carbide. I would imagine that just regular silicon carbide paper, Mirka is kind of a little bit more expensive. I will say that Mirka is an excellent brand. Their abrasives are they're one of the best out there, period. But not necessarily, you know, necessary to buy their wet dry sandpaper. I would imagine that you can get a reasonable brand for cheaper than the Abernet costs of just wet dry sandpaper, which is silicon carbide. Okay, I think we're done with the polishing papers and sanding stuff here. Let's see what this thing's looking like. It should be able to kind of see in there now, even when it's dry. Just a matter of doing some buffing. Yeah. It's looking pretty cool. So let's get you guys a view, kind of looking directly down at it here, if I can. Hold on, hold everything. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. What the heck is going on here? Who's working the camera? What's going on? This might be kind of difficult here. This isn't working at all. Nope. We're gonna try something else. Hold everything. We're gonna come to the end of the lathe. That's the only way that this is gonna work. And we'll zoom it in for you. There we go. Here we go. I think I got it this time. Look at that. A little hazy. I'm going to put a little water on it here in a sec. Oh, this tripod is just not working with me, guys. Not working with me. There we go. Okay. Put a little bit of water on this thing and it'll clear it up, and look at that. That looks pretty cool in there. I like it. What do you guys think? So we just need to do a little bit of buffing and it'll be ready to rock and roll. Ready to rock and roll. Laguna should make camera stands. I know. Jeez. Although if it's as much as they're, man, they have halogen lights that can go on the lathe, and like they were so expensive. It was ridiculous. I was like, I ain't buying that. You guys are crazy. Halogen. Why would you put halogen lights on a lathe? They're hot. They run really hot. Like LED, guys, LED. That's the technology these days. Oh, and they're 220 volt. Like, why would you make lamps 220? Come on. In the US. I get that, you know, the rest of the world uses 220, but we don't for most things. What am I doing? I need to plug my camera in. I don't want it to die. Forgot to charge it on Monday night. Okay, so let's see here. Gives you the creeps? Nah. It is kind of creepy. Hey, welcome, Bonnie. Yeah, it's going to be just a paperweight. And I realized I said that a while ago. I'm like, oh, you know what? I need to, You know, I think I'm gonna unchuck it, de-chuck, and I think I'm gonna buff the, you know, get the couple buffing stages done, then turn it off. Seems, I don't know if that makes sense or not. Makes sense to me. Part it off. That's the correct terminology. Okay. So first wheel is the Tripoly, Tripoly. You know what? I'm gonna get you guys closer. I know that I needed to plug my camera in and all, but let's get you guys closer. Let's do it. Not messing around. Not even gonna mess around anymore. The lighting's gonna be kind of funky, but because you're coming from the other side, but I think this is gonna be the best view. Right? Yeah. Looking good. Trying to be careful and not get this lip caught. It's not the... Probably better not to be tempting fate like that. It could rip it out of my hand, but I think we'll be okay. And I'll just try and get this bottom edge here like this. All right, so I guess I could do it like this. That makes sense. There we go. Now I'm learning how to do this. Now I don't have to worry about that. How's our scratches looking? Still got a little bit more to do here. Looks like. Definitely looks like coral or something on the side, especially. Looks like an underwater doohickey. All right, I think that's looking pretty good. We'll do a little bit of white diamond now. Show you guys a little bit more on camera there. Woo! Oh, where's the camera? There it is. It's looking pretty good, I think. Do it like this. Nope, like this. Do it the right way. Oh. All right, I think we're good. Let's go back. We'll do a little bit of car polish buffing. Actually, first let's part it off. Then we'll polish it up with the car polish. And then we'll be ready to rock and roll. Sorry about that, a little bit shaky cam. Get this stuff out of the way. We'll get it chucked back up. All I'm doing is parting it off. And then we'll polish this sucker. Man, this thing's looking pretty cool though. I don't know, what do you guys think? I know it's kind of creepy in one sense, but it's pretty cool in another sense. And so we have some glow-in-the-dark powder in this thing too, so remember that. It's like a double dose of glow powder this week. I buff around 2 a.m. Yeah, a little Nemo kind of, a little fish. That'd be cool. What speed? I was running that. So those are 8-inch wheels. I usually run it about 1200, maybe between 1000, 1200, something like that. I don't find that you really need super speed with it. Actually, I would say like 8. Yeah, about 1000 is probably what I run it at. So I lied. I think I'm just going to part it off at the base here, and we'll just kind of see if I need to, like, if it's leaking. Like, for anybody that didn't hear at the beginning, I used UV cure resin, you know, to try and like stiffen up some stuff and lock things down on the bottom of this, and I didn't cure it enough. I should have just set it out in the sun. So I've been having issues with stuff kind of leaking out. Hopefully the epoxy that I used to glue on the glue block thing down here sealed it up. But I was gonna part this off a little bit higher, but we're just gonna do it at the bottom, and we'll see, you know, we'll see how it looks. Basically, I think it'll be okay though. I am gonna put a face mask on, because if this stuff starts spitting UV resin, uncured resin at me, I don't want it on my face. And it's safer that way, you know. What's under the pink towel? Oh, it's the grapevine. It's just the grapevine thing. I don't know. I can't bring it over, but I just covered it up because I was so ashamed of it. No, just kidding. I just didn't want it to get dusty. Assassin, are you from Poland, or is that your name, Poland? I'm going to lean towards you're from Poland. Okay, let's do a little bit of... I'm actually going to bring this thing up here. Let me get a little bit firmer parting tool. I want to kind of take off some of the base here. So can't see what I'm doing. That's that's the problem. Here we go. Now I can see what's happening. All right. Now we're on the right track. we just have a little bit left in there. Slow it down just a little bit. And see if I can do the one-handed thing. Let's see. Woo, look at that, I did it. Not very well, obviously. Alright, I think it's not leaking stuff. I don't see anything wet down there. It's a little bit rough, but it's just going to sit on a desk anyway. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go get a chisel out real quick. Just kind of knock that little nib off. Definitely does smell like that resin though. Turn this thing off. I missed a lot, sorry about that. All right, so. Oh. Well, that's one way of doing it. Yeah, kind of gummy. I think the best thing to do is actually kind of seal this with some epoxy. Just, like I said, I can smell. It smells like that UV resin. So I think I'm going to probably seal that, leave it overnight. But we can finish up the polishing. I guess I could maybe hit it with like some CA glue right now just to make sure it's kind of sealed. But I think it's better just to hit it with 5-minute epoxy. So let's switch the lathe over real quick. Well, actually, one thing I can do right now is I can just hit it with some UV light. So if there is any of that stuff on the surface, kind of, it'll kind of harden up. But next time I'll do a better job. So you hit it with a UV torch, just in case. That'll just kind of cure anything on the outside. The thing is, I don't want to get stuff all over my hands while I'm buffing it and screw up the finish that I'm putting on the polish. So I don't think I've gotten anything on my hands yet. All right, so let's put I need to sharpen my parting tool. Leave that out. Let's get the car polish buffing. Oh, I get to use Doug's tool. Here it is. This time it'll work. It's not the cheap Barracuda junk. Nope. Where are we at here? Find the hole. Where's my... There it is. Found the lock. Oh, look at that. That was so easy. It was so easy. I love this tool. Thanks, Doug. It really is handy. All right, and let's see here. We put our tapered mandrel thing in, and the string buff wheel. This is a super fine buffing wheel. Works good for the high like grit, I guess, polish. And we got our, it doesn't matter, I don't think, what you use. I'm just using Meguiar's 105. Seem to get good results with that. I think you can probably use just about anything. Probably plastic polish would work just as good too. And let's see, I got a little paper towel here. Shake it up, shake, shake, shake. Easy chuck removal tool. It is. It's so easy. All right, so I got a little bit on my thing there. I'm just going to kind of wipe it in and then get this thing rolling here. Whew. It's so clear. let me stop the lathe here. I mean, really, pretty wicked. Now let's turn the lights out and see what we get for the glow in the dark. Because I think I loaded it up with glow in the dark powder. Let me move the camera. I'm going to bring you guys over here really quickly. Here we go. Sorry about that. Here we go. Here we go. Drop that down. Man, my battery's going to die on this camera. Let me know if the battery dies. Use all caps if the battery dies. That way I'll hear it. Got to turn out the other lights that are in the shop too. So hold on, and I got to grab my UV light so we can charge it up. I know, it's taking a second here. Okay, lights out. Oh, I'm tripping over cords. Ooh. Look at that. That's cool. I mean, that's worth the price of admission right there. We got a little bit of glow on the bottom. Not too bad. You guys want to see this one glowing, the pen that we just made? I didn't use as much glow powder in the pen. I pretty much loaded it up in that Lotus pod. But it does glow pretty good. Glow powder's fun. Anyway, pretty happy with how this Lotus pod paperweight turned out. Simple project. So sometimes, you know, if you got a blank that you're like, oh, I'd like to see that turned up, but you don't really have a project, make a paperweight. Why not? I know it's not, you know, super fabulous, but still, it's pretty fun. So anyway, there we have it. I don't know. Let's see what's going on in the chat here before we go. It turned out pretty cool. I don't know. I think that bare minimum, hopefully this gave you guys some ideas. You know, the Lotus pod having those little cavity things. You know, glow powder with that is a really. I'm glad that I did that now, because it's a cool effect, and you know, I think you could use that in lots of different types of things. I mean, a bottle opener, or I mean, you know, well, an opener or a stopper definitely would be cool with this Lotus pod. I mean, frankly, I could drill and tap threads into this, and it could be a bottle stopper if I really wanted to do that. But I do like the idea of making it a paperweight, literally, because I actually need one for when I'm doing shipping. So, I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, you know, people use paperweights. Yeah, it would have been a good pen holder for that pen. Nice. So let me go back and, yeah, well, I have a feeling that the cactus juice fluoresces, actually. I would imagine, because you used, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's the Lotus pod or it might be the cactus juice. Cactus juice used to have something that would show up under a UV light in it to see where, you know, where it was, you know, stabilized. You could use that as a guide. You could run a piece of wood, cut it in half, but I thought that Curtis took that out because it was something that they added to the mixture. I don't know. I want to believe. Nice. The alien pod. It does look kind of alien. Sweet. Oh, Chris just missed the end product. The pink, it's just the grapevine. It's literally nothing. You guys have already seen it. I'll show it to you if you really want to see it, but you're going to be like, oh, that's what that was. We'll not show the drunken cam. Just the grapevine. That's it. I just covered it up so it wouldn't get dusty. I do have, I'll show, this is new. So I should have these things up on my website soon. I did another batch with some hopefully kind of fun colors for the hemp wood. I wasn't super thrilled with the other colors that I made. I don't know. I got a few good ones, but I wanted to run a couple more batches. And I have in the oven right now some green ones also. So be looking for those down the road sometime. You guys know that when it's down the road, that probably means like at least a week. Not going to happen tomorrow. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this. I hope maybe it gave you guys some ideas. I don't think I'm gonna mess with like sanding the bottom of this thing. I don't see the point. But I am gonna put a little coat of 5-minute epoxy just to kind of seal that up. Mainly just because I'm a little worried about I did a bad job of with that UV resin. So we'll have that thing, but it'll be it'll make good use in my house while I'm doing orders for blanks. Where'd my mouse go? So let me stop real quick. Yeah, it looks like pink. Yeah, it does look like highlighter. Yeah, the grapevine. A 2-second reveal. Did you guys see it? Did I do that? I did do it, right? Did I switch cameras? Any more crinkle blanks? No, I don't know if there's any more. I haven't made any art, but we do have the crinkles. If anybody wants to make crinkle blanks, yeah. So anyway. Oh, felt. That would be a good idea. Yeah, that would be good. Cool. And a YouTube channel close to you. Nice. Nice. All right, guys. Well, I guess I'm going to probably log off here. So the next stream is going to be Friday. We'll do some Dunkin' Junk of some sort. I think this week I have a lot of cholla cactus. I have some burl. So I think what we might do is just kind of have some fun making some short run blanks, some blocks. Nothing kind of new for materials. Just kind of stock up a few blanks, have a little bit of fun with some colors, and just kind of do it like that. So Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific time, we'll just play around with some resin, make some turning blanks. It should be pretty fun. And anyway, guys, I hope you have a great evening, and I will see you guys all on Friday, hopefully. And then hopefully, I'm really trying to get this video done. I'm in the middle of a video. I don't want to give the secret of what I'm doing, but I'm hoping I can get it finished by Sunday. But if I run into some issues, then it's probably gonna have to be the next week. So anyway, have a great night. Thanks for joining the fun. Big thank you to Danner and Hugh for the super chats, and I will see you guys all on Friday in the my afternoon. Have a good night, guys.